After taking a week off to turn down countless hedge funds, Unprofessional Breakdown is back with more life-changing fight picks. This time, using the theory of relativity and a ruler. Without further ado, here we go. Kat Zingano has made her return back to the ops, and here we are with her replacement, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, facing off against Sam Hughes. Shout out to our legends and pioneers. I'm going with Ronda via armbar. Next fight. Shailin Nerdembeek versus Steve. Nice. Shout out to Steve's parents. A very on-brand name. This is definitely a Steve. Similar to Joe, if you have no distinguishable facial features, your name should be Steve. This is the default they give you before you create your own character. I'm going with Steve. Next fight. Ignacio Bahamondes was originally going to fight Nicholas Mota, but that fell through, so he's being replaced with Samurai Ghost, Trey Ogden, who looks very surprised to hear about this news, so I'm going with Ignacio. Next fight. Cynthia Calvillo versus Lupi Godinez, two Mexican standouts. And as you guys already know, Mexico is so in right now. But if we activate our zoom in protocol, we could see Cynthia is being represented by the United States flag, which tells us all we need to know. I'm going with Lupi. Next fight. Jared Mershot versus, oh nice. There's a guy named Joe and a guy named Steve fighting on the same card. And yet again, this is definitely a Joe. I ran into 3 versions of this same white guy at the park yesterday. I'm going with Joe. Next fight. Chris Kung Fu Panda Barnett versus Chase Sherman. Fun fact, Chris Barnett is from Spain, which adds about 60 random points to his memeable factor as a fighter. Respect to Spain. I didn't even know they made us over there. Or this is the greatest troll job currently going on in the UFC, in which case I respect it even more. I'm going with Chris Barnett. Next fight. Michelle Watterson, more known as the Karate Hottie, versus Luana Pinheiro. Karate Hottie is a longtime staple in women's MMA. A very fan-friendly fighter, hard to root against. And Luana, I can't tell you enough about Luana. And not because I just found out about her 4 sentences ago. It's because I didn't give a spoiler alert. And that's not the kind of guy I am. Next fight. Spoiler alert. April 5th bus attack survivor Michael Chiesa versus Li Jingliang. Michael's nickname is Maverick. Lee's nickname is Leech. You put both of those together, the initials are ML, which stands for money line, and milliliter, which, fun fact, is a metric unit. If we're dissecting the science correct, it's telling us bet the money line on the guy from the country that uses a metric unit. So we're going with Lee. Next fight. Chris Action Man Curtis versus Kelvin Gasson, who according to his pictures decides to shrink his head in preparation for this fight. Very smart plan. Chris Curtis is primarily a striker, and everybody knows a smaller target is harder to hit. So I'm going with Kelvin. Next fight. Mexico's Chase Hooper version 2.0 with upgraded wrestling software and up-to-date striking malware is making its pay-per-view debut versus Christian Rodriguez, who yet again I can't tell you enough about. I doubt you guys believed my spoiler talk last time, so this time I'm going to keep it real. A squared plus B squared equals C squared, if you know what I mean. Next fight. Texas local crime fighter Kevin Holland versus Lionel Messi's Avenger Santiago Ponzinibbio. A battle between 2 heroes. Ponzinibbio looks close enough to Doctor Strange, and Kevin Holland looks close enough to Falcon, so that's what we're going to do. Falcon versus Doctor Strange. Taking all biases out of it, we all know how this fight will go. I'm going with Falcon. Next fight. Rob Font versus Adrian Yanez. Last seen giving Tony Kelly a 4-minute lesson in inclusivity, which earned him honorary status as a Brazilian. According to Unprofessional Breakdown Volume 3, Chapter 6, Subsection 9, you all know that adds about 110 points to his ground game. Information only known to the top of the top best analysts in the world. Last time I checked, I've never seen Rob Font analyze any fight in my life, so I'm going with Adrian Yanez. Next fight. Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. Last time we saw Jorge, he was attacking sweet, innocent little angel Colby Covington. Truly villainous behavior. Gilbert Burns' nickname is Dorino, which means... That's right, I don't know, but it does end with a HO, and Masvidal's nickname is Gamebred, which ends with a ED. You put both of those together, what do you get? That's correct, you get hoed. If you don't want to get hoed, hit that subscribe button and stay up to date with more can't miss fight picks. Next fight. Here we are at our main event. Isreal Adesanya prepares for another Elden Ring boss battle against Alex Pereira to reclaim his belt. If you take away the first robbery, Alex has found a way to hit our Nigerian champion with a critical hit after getting dominated in both fights, which has now earned him the nickname Nigerian Nightmare. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results, and I keep picking Izzy to win. But they also say there's no W in quit, so I'm picking Izzy again. And that's it. UFC 287, Pereira versus Adesanya 2, Saturday, April 8th at the Miami-Dade Arena, Miami, USA. Good luck with your picks.